Welcome, my name is Nico and this is the fourth devlog for my indie game Give Him Hell. I spent this week implementing 5 new enemies. Let's get started. I started by making 3 new sprites in GIMP. In Unity, I created a new scene to show off the new enemies. The first enemy I made is this big fella here. He can't move, he doesn't shoot quickly, and he doesn't do much damage, but the really cool thing about him is that his projectiles are actually basic enemies. As soon as those collide with something, they start attacking the player. Next up is this guy here. When he is alerted, he locks onto the player and charges at him, similar to how the first boss did. For his attack, I could luckily copy some of the code from the boss, but I had to make some changes and he does behave a little differently. His attack doesn't do as much damage as the boss, of course, but he is faster and gives the player less time to react. On Tuesday, I created this enemy that shoots missiles at the player that follow him. When I published my last video, I got some feedback about the camera following the player too directly, and I admit it feels a bit unnatural. So I wrote a script that smooths out the camera movement. I will definitely make further changes to this, but I think this is already a huge improvement. On Wednesday, I didn't have much time for actual game development, but I came up with the concepts for 2 new enemies. On Thursday, I made a bigger variation of the normal melee enemy that spawns 4 normal ones when he dies. For the newly spawned enemies, I reused the script for the enemies that I used as projectiles. However, those start attacking the player not when they collide with something, but after a set timer. On Friday, I made a new sprite and created this enemy. He constantly rotates and follows the player. The player takes damage when he gets hit by his blades. After that, I put all the new enemies into a room to get a good thumbnail. And because there are now a lot more things that can hurt and kill the player, I decided to work on the player's death. I added particles and sounds and created this game over screen. It doesn't do anything yet, but that is something for next week. So that's it for this week. Making new enemies was really fun and I'm really happy with the results. I definitely want to add more creative enemies. If you have any cool ideas, please leave a comment. Next week, I want to design some new levels and I'm planning to release a playable demo as soon as possible. I'll try to get it out next week, but I can't promise it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.